Well, hello guys. My name is Brendan Doble. I'm the brewmaster here at Thirsty Bear in San Francisco. I've been doing this for about going on 9 years now at this lovely establishment. Lots of fun. They asked me to basically talk a little about where I come from in terms of the brewing world, and I guess we can go back to the 70s even. But my mother's German. I grew up in Europe for a short period of time, where I guess at an early age I learned to appreciate sort of the importance of beer in civilization, if you will. So I grew up really enjoying beer culture. I enjoy the taste of beer, obviously. But I guess I became somewhat more aware of good beer about in the 80s, during the rise of the craft brewing revolution, if you will, came about by drinking things like Sierra Nevada and Devil Mountain Brewing Company, Red Tail Ale from Mendocino Brewing Company. So what I have is one of our beers, one of our popular sellers. It's a Polar Bear Pilsner. It's a Bohemian style Pilsner, which is fermented with nice lager yeast, obviously at cooler temperatures. We make 9 different beers here, so we have 3 different types of yeast. We have the lager yeast, which is made to make this, obviously. We have a nice ale yeast for our IPAs, ESBs, and stouts. And we also have a Belgian yeast that we usually make our Belgian wit beer, but we like to play around with. You know, it's also really good for aging in wine barrels. And I also have 2 beers that are served on nitrogen. And to basically sort of the cherry on top of this whole thing, we got certified organic in 2007. So I like to call it guilt-free drinking. You can drink as much as you'd like, and you're doing good for the planet. And as far as I can tell so far, in the 21st century, there's an increased emphasis on the pairing of craft beer with food. I became what's known as a certified Cicerone recently. And that basically is sort of where we should really focus on putting beer on the table, making it part of our diet more than just a method of inebriation, if you will. And there's so many different styles of beer to go with so many different styles of food, obviously. Here in San Francisco, we tend to be a bit foodie, if you will, so it's an important element. The food and beer is definitely one direction that we'll be exploring in the upcoming years. And then another one will basically be, as far as I can tell, the rise of the nano-brewery is something that's coming up. It's very interesting. Not just in terms of microbreweries and obviously our larger brothers like Anchor and Sierra, but now we're going to brew beer, craft beer in garages and barns, and really it's not so much about a volume-driven basis or thought process, but basically just producing small batches of really, really good beer, really, I guess, for your neighbors. And they're called nano-breweries. It's a good idea. I think every neighborhood should have one. I think I guess also another thing in the future is hopefully the continued growth of craft beer. In my view, there should be a brewery in every neighborhood of every city. And every town in America should have a small 10-barrel system brewing for its local community. So I would hope to see more return to regionalism and just smaller batches for smaller communities. That would be a pleasant addition to our thing. So salute you. Thank you for drinking craft beer in America. May you live forever. We'll see you soon. Cheers.